I always want my client to be the hero, even if it's like one they're not thinking of, their root for at the end of the day. When you're talking to a jury, and you want to pick your villain on the other side. What do you do, Michelle, if you love the defendant? She's a super nice person. She's a nurse. You love them.
I did have a case against a nurse. And actually, you helped me on that case.
Yeah.
I was texting you during that case.
But what do you have to do during this? Where do you find your villain?
I do it through dishonesty. I think, actually in the case with the nurse, she had lied about how the crash happened. And she had put one thing in her discovery responses and another thing in the other discovery responses. So I used that to impeach her when she was on the stand. You know, just nothing really mean, just like, you know, you're claiming that, you know, you weren't at fault, but, you know, here you said that you were. So can we just be honest about what happened?
So do you pick, this is so interesting because I never thought of the call sheet method. Fuck, but when you're doing a trial, you have no control over who's available when or when it's gonna go down.
Yeah, but you also, I mean, I learned this from you, so now I counter designate all my expert depots and
be ready to play for it in dead time.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about making your journey or your client's journey into a movie? Come on, you had to have thought about this.
So my very first trial that I ever did, my client joined the army afterwards. He's Syrian American.
After. Wow.
Well, no, actually, he was in the army at the time that we tried the case. I know because we brought him in his uniform, and the defense didn't want to.
They don't want to do that.
So, but his story, his journey.
But they have to. Like if somebody's in military, it says you have to any form of proceeding, you have to dress this certain way.
Absolutely.
It says it.
And after all that he went through, like in the army, you know, being a Syrian Muslim, it was like, you know, he definitely wanted to wear the uniform. But that was a crazy story that had to do with like the people that customize cars and all that crazy stuff.
Because you do a lot, I mean, you do employment cases a lot of the time.
Yeah, that was an employment case.
Yeah, so I don't understand the employment case world, and you're fighting for employees a lot of the time.
Definitely. The villain in those cases is often the system.
The system, yeah.
It's the system.
So that's why if you're picking your villain on the other side, your antagonist might be the defense lawyer, might be the system, might be the corporation, might be the defendant. Sometimes for me, it could be an expert for the other side that's can tell the story, can fucking talk about the bullshit you want to hear. So
yeah, I like the system.
And you're gonna drink fast during the show, by the way, because we got 45 minutes. We're gonna do 5 4s. We do not have a paramedic or EMT outside.
That's fine. I'll finish this and then we can go into the next one. Yeah, so system works. So the first time that I had a Kaiser case, their head of human resources for Southern California had almost she didn't even have a bachelor's degree. And she was in charge of making sure that, you know, all of the discrimination complaints were investigated in Southern California. So she became my villain.
Wow.
Because, you know, how do you have this huge corporation with such, you know, she wasn't well trained.
So how did she get there though?
I don't know. That I never found out.
Yeah. Usually you got to know somebody to get there, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the next case I had, she was gone. So.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So what was the most passionate, like, wow, that was.
This is so good.
Yeah, that burned a little bit.
Oh.
I think I have something growing in my stomach right now. Might be a little bit of fire belly. We'll see. Makes me strong. But I have to ask you this question. Why are you so passionate about your clients?
I've always wanted to help people. That's
Why?
I became a lawyer. Why? I don't know.
Because, you know, we represent people, real people, not corporations or the bullshit or insurance companies. Everybody has the same story. So how did you become so passionate that I got to represent people and not care about the fucking money?
I think it's how I was raised. You know, I went to 11 years of Catholic school. I'm not a practicing Catholic.
You know, I'm the same. A lot of CCD on Sundays.
Cheers to that. But I think it was, you know, that tradition of service that I learned.
Yeah.
You know, that was the one thing I really took from my Catholic upbringing. So I think that's where it came from. And my mom was very serious about
And
it.
Catholic guilt and you know, the one thing my dad, I'll never forget, he'd be like, what the fuck is confession? He's like, you just tell some priest what shit you did and it's gone. I'm like, yeah, Dad, that's how it works. So we used to, my twin brother and I, the first, you know, you build up to your first confession. Oh, you're like, probably in grade school when you do your first confession.
Yeah, grade school.
So this is how fucked up we were. Let's think of the most crazy shit we can do for our first confession. And we'll do it face to face, because you have the option. You're either behind the, you have the thing where you sit behind the priest, they don't look at you, and you're in the screen, or you can do it face to face.
I didn't have the
Oh,
face-to-face
dude, we had the
option.
face to face option. Maybe my priests were a little bit more, you know, wanted to look you in the eyes. I don't know, but we opted for face to face. And my brother Brad, oh my God, this is so bad. First, I'm going to talk to you about this because I need a little bit more of a. This is such a fucking bad story and it's hilarious, but this is in Old Kirk. This is 130 proof.
Okay.
Yeah. So why I wanted you to try this after we tried that is I want you to feel the lack of burn in this.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So very, very strong whiskey. This is the AP Hodling Company. But it is a very, very strong one. Look at the color difference.
I hate to do this to you, but you can't pour for yourself first.
I can't pour myself first? What fucking planet does that exist? I don't know how that operates.
So I'm not superstitious about anything except for my alcohol. So
Watch.
So when we cheers,
Yeah.
we have
Look in
to
your
look-
eyes.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yep.
And
I
I
know.
always pour for the other person first because I heard that was bad luck. I don't know where I learned
God,
it.
oh my God.
I don't know where I learned it, but I've never gotten rid of it.
I'm one of the most superstitious people ever. That's fucking bullshit.
Well, so is looking in the eye.
Okay, so cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you tapped it too? God damn, you're really bad.
It's just with
I
alcohol.
wear the same socks every day at trial. I thought that was bad. Now you don't feel the burn after this one.
Wow.
It's 130 proof.
I feel like I'm breathing fire.
Yeah. It might be a dragoon, maybe.
No, this is wow.
This was
This is great.
my brother's story. This is so bad.
Yeah, so what did he confess to?
Father, forgive me for I have sinned. I called my mother a... I can't even say it without laughing because he went so outrageous and he did it with a straight face and he won. We had a bet with our friends who could say the most outrageous shit. Like he said he called his mother a C-bomb. Like, oh very bad. Yes.
Did he say the words
Oh,
to
he
the
said the
priest?
word.
Okay.
Because that was the thing. You had to like be out there with it. Man, and little did I know they were probably profiling us at the same time. For like, who was the mark? Who knew? No, but that was the first and last confession for my brother Brad, I think.
So what was his penance?
3 Hail Marys. I mean, that's what they always give.
3 Hail Marys.
That's it.
Not even some Our Fathers.
That's it. We were on a retreat, so we had to do a first confession. We were on a retreat, so we were all like, "This is what we said," and like we would all talk about. This was your penance. It was fucking stupid, whatever. But that's why I'm now a Christian and not a Catholic, and there is a difference.
Indeed, there is.
There is a big difference.
Yes.
Man, this is fire.
This is great.
It's
I'm
great, but it is
starting to feel it.
So we're filming in the morning. This will keep you up until tomorrow.
And don't tell anybody that we're drinking this much in the morning.
We're going to tell the world very shortly.
Okay.